Albany and North Albany because of a crash here. So this is US 20 and a snapshot near Spring Hill Drive, and you can see the cars lining up there. So we'll keep you posted on this, but between Lynn and Benton County and Albany, North Albany, we've got a crash that's got that section of roadway closed. Also, not that this is related, but it does appear that there's some pretty good fog down in portions of Lynn County right now as well. Back to the east side of Clark County and Vancouver, I-205 South, still really slow here. We had an earlier crash near Mill Plain, and it appears that that's in the clearing stages, but you can see the drive is still pretty lined up on that side of town. So right now we're looking at about 23 minutes to get you from Patton Parkway to the Banfield. The I-5 commute is now getting a bit busier, just shy of 20 to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. China?
Thank you, Chris.
Nobody should be hungry, especially in this nation.
In Milwaukee, a church is overwhelmed by both need and generosity. Coming up on Sunrise, how they're helping feed hundreds of people with the help of the community.
Hey, I'm Blair Best, and tonight at 6:30 on The Story, I talk one-on-one with an expert from the Oregon Health Authority about the issue that shut down the government. What are those healthcare subsidies, and what will happen to Oregonians if they expire at the end of next month? Watch The Story tonight, live at 6:30 on KGW, or anytime on our TV app, KGW Plus. Have a great morning, and I'll see you tonight.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
A Clackamas County church is once again offering a Thanksgiving food giveaway, though after the first day, they realized that the need this year was much greater than they first thought. Catherine Cook shows us how people have stepped up to help.
After the church's call for help, community members donated more than $9,000 in less than a day. The pastor here says he is thankful, but given the need they're seeing, believes that might be enough to cover it. The table is set for giving.
Would you like ham or turkey?
And in Milwaukee, the need is great.
Turkey?
How many would you like?
At the Clackamas United Church of Christ, the Thanksgiving food giveaway wrapped day 2 of 3 on Monday, offering turkeys, hams, and all the trimmings to anyone who needs food.
Someone asked if they needed to bring a piece of mail to prove their need, and I said, I don't think Jesus ever asked for ID or proof of need. If people are hungry, they just come and get fed.
Volunteer Raylene Hungate says the church served 226 meals on Sunday and filled the sanctuary twice. A steady line of cars waiting for their turn. Pastor Adam Erickson says despite their best efforts to be prepared, they weren't going to have enough food for everyone.
We were not on the target, no. We had to make another run to get more food.
Double the amount of food they served on their first day last year. Erickson says for those here, losing SNAP benefits is still taking a toll, while the economy in general accounts for a big part of the need.
We are hearing thank you so much. This is going to help us get through the holidays. We've been struggling to find food, to get food, and this is going to be a big help for us.
And then there were those who helped the church help those in need. Erickson says when they realized how much more food they needed to buy, he posted a request for help on Facebook. In less than a day, community members gave more than $9,000 in donations.
People show up and they help, and it's a really big deal.
For a really big meal that could feed families for days.
That turkey might not be all that big, but it can get sliced up and used for sandwiches and soups. Nobody should be hungry, especially in this nation.
In Milwaukee, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Sunrise, KGW Sunrise continues live on KGW Plus. And next at 8, porch pirates are on the rise across the country. One alleged ring was just busted in New York, accused of using insider information to target deliveries. We have more on this coming up in our 8 o'clock hour of Sunrise.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We're coming up on 7:59 on your Tuesday morning commute. I start off with a big traffic alert in Benton and Lynn counties right now. A crash on U.S. Highway 20 between Albany and North Albany certainly has eastbound closed. It looks like westbound may be closed as well. This is a big deal because trying to get across the river in Lynn County, you got to go and head down to Corvallis. So just to let you know, at last check, that is closed. All right, the freeway drive locally, a little drizzly on the east side of Vancouver. I-205 south still a little slow because of an earlier crash near Mill Plain. Right now, that's a 23-minute ride from Paddon Parkway to the Banfield. Rod?
All right, thank you, Chris. He mentioned the drizzle on the east side of Vancouver out toward 205, it looked like. Generally speaking, the surface reports are still dry with cloudy skies and radar picking up water droplets still up in the clouds. Chinook Casino Resort in Lincoln City reporting clouds, but so far no moisture, 44. Good visibility crossing to Columbia. That's the interstate bridge. Here's your planner. It will be raining before noon today and then steady rain all afternoon with temperatures in the 40s.
Now at 8, a fuel emergency during one of the busiest travel weeks. How a pipeline shut down north of Seattle could impact your holiday travel. Plus, some might call it a win for the community of Newport. A judge is ordering the return of a Coast Guard helicopter. Also coming up.
I'm just there doing what I would do as a proper, decent human.
How a kayaker played a huge part in rescuing a man out of the frigid Columbia River. And later at 8:45.
What a great opportunity to say now to the next generation, I did it, and you know what? You can too.
The end of an era at the Washington Supreme Court. The first Asian American, Latina, and openly gay justice is stepping down. We'll take a look at her legacy coming up on your 8 o'clock hour of Sunrise. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 8 o'clock. I'm China Green. We have the boys in town right now. Rod Hill, Chris McGinnis, going to take a look at your weather and traffic.
Well, so far, mainly dry and cloudy. Again, Chris sees more cameras than I do, and he's seeing some of them show a little bit of mist in the air from the cloud deck, but generally the rain has not started yet. You will want your rain gears. You get ready to start your day, though, because it will be raining before noon, and it will be raining all of the afternoon into the evening. Here's good visibility. Looking at our state capital in Salem, 40 degrees. There's I-5 up by the Moda Center, looking north at the cloud cover, 42. So again, rain developing later this morning, and then a rainy afternoon with temps in the mid-40s, southeast winds 5 to 15. Still the question mark in my mind that certainly through mid-afternoon there could be a period of some snow at Cascade Pass level before snow levels rise. So check conditions before you travel. Here's Chris.
Rod, hey, I've got a big traffic alert right now between Lynn and Benton County in the Albany area. Highway 20 right now, we're hearing from ODOT, is closed completely because of a crash over the Willamette River Bridge here. And this is a big deal. Obviously, you can see traffic lining up here near Spring Hill Drive. To get across the river, you either have to head north to Independence or south to Corvallis. I'm working to get more details on this, but obviously a big deal between Albany, North Albany, and the commute between Benton and Lynn County right now. We'll keep you posted on that for sure. All right, back to the metro area. To Rod's point about a little drizzle or mistiness in the air. This is I-205 over near SR 500. This southbound commute's still running a little thick. We had an earlier crash near Mill Plain. The crash looks like it's cleared, but we're a little busy right now. 23 minutes gets you in from Patton Parkway to the Banfield. Other drive times not in too bad a shape right now. Northbound from Wilsonville checking in with about a 25-minute ride to get you into downtown. China?
Thank you, Chris. We're continuing to cover a developing story along the Oregon coast. Last night, a judge ruled the federal government must immediately return a Coast Guard helicopter to Newport. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us in the studio. So, Thomas, what else do we know about this ruling here?
Yeah, well, China, specifically, this is a temporary restraining order to return the chopper as the case proceeds in court. Both the state of Oregon and Lincoln County sued to get the helicopter back. It's been stationed in Newport since 1987, but was moved 70 miles down the coast last month. Newport residents were alarmed by the move because crabbing season begins soon, and that's dangerous work and a big part of the economy. Local officials say the helicopter conducts dozens of rescue operations every year along the Pacific. We spoke to people in Newport before the judge's ruling. Here's what one had to say.
We're not asking for anything but the status quo, what we have had, the safety we have had for 40 years, and we're asking that this happen immediately, not when they're able to.
The federal government moved the helicopter after local officials learned federal agents were looking at the Newport airport as a possible location for a new ICE detention facility. In a statement before the ruling, Homeland Security said these efforts to, quote, micromanage Coast Guard operations are completely intrusive and obstruct the work of the service's men and women. The judge's temporary restraining order will last 2 weeks, though it could be extended. It could also have a ruling before that 2 weeks lapse. China?
Thank you, Thomas.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
I saw a sailboat going down the river and somebody bobbing in the water. Hey, we got help coming, buddy.
Yep, let them know we've got help coming.
A 911 dispatcher and a Good Samaritan are being honored for saving a man who fell into the Columbia River. That man was wearing a life jacket, but he was struggling to stay afloat. That's when Solomon Flores right there rushed out in his kayak and pulled him from the cold water. Solomon calmly called 911 with dispatcher Holly Campbell, talking him through how to keep the man safe as rescuers tried to find their location.
Solomon's calm demeanor and his attention to detail, knowing exactly where he was and what the situation was, helped me be able to do my job.
So yesterday, the sheriff's office honored both of them for their teamwork, for staying calm under pressure, and for helping first responders get to a man who desperately needed them. That man, by the way, was taken to the hospital in critical condition, but he has since been released. In an update, federal agents now say that they detained the McMinnville High School student that we reported on yesterday for obstructing officers. So on Friday, Border Patrol agents say the 17-year-old was driving a truck and along with another vehicle barricaded them in. That led agents to arrest both drivers. The teenager is a U.S. citizen, and his arrest sparked protest over the weekend and a walkout at the high school on Monday. According to the McMinnville School District, that student was at lunch off campus at the time that he was arrested. The teen was released Friday night. So far, the 17-year-old hasn't been charged. DHS says this is not an isolated incident and is part of a, quote, dangerous trend of people using their vehicles to obstruct Border Patrol officers at work. And in response to that McMinnville High School student arrest following the confrontation with federal immigration agents, the superintendent of nearby Dayton schools is now encouraging community support for students concerned about immigration enforcement. In a Facebook post, she asked residents to stand outside their homes as children walk to and from school each day. The superintendent says that some students have expressed fear after hearing about the arrest. She's asking neighbors to step out at 8:15 and 3:15 on weekdays to show their support.
When it comes to protecting kids and being safe, the community, drops all that, and it's one for all, and the kids are the most important.
So neighbors near the high school say that they support the superintendent's effort. And one resident said a group is also organizing a list of neighbors who can help give students rides to and from school if their parents are unable to. And Oregon City police arrested a 13-year-old student accused of making threats at a charter school. Authorities say the threats were found Friday in a couple of the bathrooms at the Clackamas Academy of Industrial Sciences. Classes were canceled Monday as police identified the student they believe is responsible and took them into custody. All right, check this out. A doctor was in the right place at the right time to save the life of a driver having a medical emergency. So surveillance video shows a car that appears to have drove out of control over a curb and smashed into the wall of a business near Atlanta. A doctor spotted it after missing a turn.
People were honking and he wasn't responding. It was just going the same direction, same speed. So I just thought something's happening with that car.
The doctor, along with the help of some workers, pulled the driver out and found he didn't have a pulse. The doctor did CPR until first responders arrived and used a defibrillator that revived him, and he was breathing by the time he was put into the ambulance. It turns out that the man had suffered a heart attack while driving. He is now recovering. Headed over Rod Hill to talk about being in the right place at the right time. My goodness.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sitting around here in the weather office trying to determine when it's actually going to start to rain from all these clouds that have come in. If you look at different imagery packages, it looks like the solid, steady rain that will be here before noon is still about 60 miles out to sea from, say, Tillamook. It is raining up in parts of the Washington coast. Port Angeles, in fact, is reporting some rain, for example. So there is rain out here. It's just taking its time moving in. Have your rain gear with you if you're leaving the house soon, and you're not going to be back until later this afternoon because it will be raining steadily, I still feel like, before the noon hour. Now, with that said, the sun is now up, and we've got some brightness in some spots. There's the Wells Fargo camera looking off to the south east, and you can see a little bit of sun peeking through, 42 degrees. Had a little bit of illumination kissing some of these buildings getting up into the West Hills. The camera looking up from Providence Park, but now that's gone away. 41 is the temperature there. And Chris has been reporting some misty spots in Clark County. Earlier, we had some misty spots in Salem. But generally, it is dry. 39 Oregon City, 41 Sherwood and Tigard, 40 in Salem, and 40 degrees down in Albany. Forecast again, have your rain gear because before noon, steady rain hits the coast, and before noon, steady rain hits the I-5 corridor. Temperatures will be in the 40s with a rainy afternoon expected. During the day, you get east of the Cascades into central and eastern areas of our state, and most of you will be dry. There will be some late day moisture coming through the gorge and out toward the blues. Our 7-day forecast, so rain developing today, 46. Steady to rising temperatures overnight tonight. Could be 50 early in the morning. Rain at times tomorrow. A mild 54-degree rain at times Thanksgiving Day this year. Snow levels will be well above passes. Friday's a day that dries out, sun breaks and scattered showers. Saturday might turn out dry. Sunday looks like it'll be mostly sunny with east winds. Here's Chris.
Hey Rod, I want to get back to that traffic alert between Lynn and Benton County. This is a big deal with the Highway 20 bridge at this point closed both directions. We're hearing from ODOT with a crash. For perspective, right, this is the only bridge across the Willamette between basically Independence to the north and Corvallis to the south. And the average daily traffic volume here is close to 30,000. So there's quite a big lineup right now. We're hearing from OSP, actually Albany Police are the lead agency on this, so we're working to get more details on this. But right now that bridge over the Willamette, US Highway 20, is closed between Albany and North Albany. All right, back to the freeway drive locally. There's a little, I thought I saw a few snow flurries up on Mount Hood, but in any event, the rest of the drive on the freeway system is not in too bad a shape. I-5 and I-205 across the Columbia are running a little slow, but not bad. And some of our other drive times checking in right now. That's probably our slowest. Northbound I-5 from Wilsonville, about 26 minutes to get you into downtown. China?
Thank you, Chris. As we approach Thanksgiving, local law enforcement and community partners are working to help families in need. So youth service officers from the Beaverton and Hillsborough Police Departments, along with the Washington County Sheriff's Office, joined Market of Choice on Monday to hand out hundreds of meal kits to families.
We got to do a couple deliveries this morning and watching the door open early in the morning to a gift basket, knowing that this uncertainty of not being able to have a meal over Thanksgiving and now having the certainty of being able to get it is pretty amazing.
The meal kits included fresh produce, pantry staples, and seasonal items, and it was all thanks to local donors and community volunteers. Still ahead, it is the season of giving, how a community in Milwaukee is coming together to help families in need, and later.
This is the third time this has happened. What has our society come to?
So don't let the Grinch steal your Christmas. A look at porch pirates on the rise across the country ahead.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
A Clackamas County church is once again offering a Thanksgiving food giveaway, though after the first day, they realized that the need this year was much greater than they first thought. Catherine Cook shows us how people have stepped up to help.
After the church's call for help, community members donated more than $9,000 in less than a day. The pastor here says he is thankful, but given the need they're seeing, believes that might be enough to cover it. The table is set for giving.
Would you like ham or turkey?
And in Milwaukee, the need is great.
Turkey? How many would you like?
At the Clackamas United Church of Christ, the Thanksgiving food giveaway wrapped day 2 of 3 on Monday, offering turkeys, hams, and all the trimmings to anyone who needs food.
Someone asked if they needed to bring a piece of mail to prove their need, and I said, I don't think Jesus ever asked for ID or proof of need. If people are hungry, they just come and get fed.
Volunteer Raylene Hungate says the church served 226 meals on Sunday and filled the sanctuary twice. A steady line of cars waiting for their turn. Pastor Adam Erickson says despite their best efforts to be prepared, they weren't going to have enough food for everyone.
We were not on the target, no. We had to make another run to get more food.
Double the amount of food they served on their first day last year. Erickson says for those here, losing SNAP benefits is still taking a toll, while the economy in general accounts for a big part of the need.
We are hearing thank you so much. This is going to help us get through the holidays. We've been struggling to find food, to get food, and this is going to be a big help for us.
And then there were those who helped the church help those in need. Erickson says when they realized how much more food they needed to buy, he posted a request for help on Facebook. In less than a day, community members gave more than $9,000 in donations.
People show up and they help, and it's a really big deal.
For a really big meal that could feed families for days.
That turkey might not be all that big, but it can get sliced up and used for sandwiches and soups. Nobody should be hungry, especially in this nation.
In Milwaukee, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
All right, we are about to take a live look from our toy box because the KGW Great Toy Drive is going on right now and we need your help filling it up. Now you can see the word toys, which means we can do a lot better than this. One way you can donate is by going online and then we will do the shopping for you. Just go to kgw.com/toy and click donate cash. And it's a great week to give because all this week, local Toyota dealers will double your donations. And you can also drop off new unwrapped toys in person this Saturday at our Clackamas Promenade Collection event. We will be there from 11 to 2 to help bring a little joy to local kids this holiday season. All right, your time now is 8:16. Let's take a look at your weather.
Yeah, it's been a dry start, so that's been nice for the morning commute. Rain is coming, so again, if you're going to be out for the remainder of the day, leave the house with your raincoat, your rain gear. You see the moisture stream. So far, the only significant rain inland has been up along the Washington coast, generally central to north Washington coast. We've had reports of some misty weather here locally under the cloud deck, but the rain still seems like it's out in this area somewhere, so still out to sea a bit from our coast in terms of measurable rainfall. It will be here before the noon hour, I believe, and then raining steadily all afternoon and through the evening hours. This is rain total potential today, tomorrow, and on Thanksgiving Day, which at one point I thought a front would come through early Thanksgiving morning, and then we'd have some breaks and a few scattered showers and a pretty quiet day. But now it looks like the occasional shots of rain could still be coming during your Thursday. This shows about 1.5 inches at the coast for potential today through Thursday, closer to 1 inch here in the valley. These are numbers that are lower, in some cases significantly lower than what the modeling was showing 24 hours ago. Cool shot from one of our Timberline sky cameras. That's Jefferson there in the first one up to the right, and then you've got the Three Sisters. But clearly you've got a cloud deck that's fairly high over the Cascades, and when you can see the volcanoes, the mountains, that means any rain is still a little ways away because you need the cloud deck to get lower before any precip would actually come out of the cloud and hold and get all the way down to the ground. Pretty illuminating colors of the rising sun on the Columbia, zoomed into the Interstate Bridge. Good visibility from the springs at the waterfront. 42 degrees is the number there. It's been a chilly night out east because it was clear. Now clouds are increasing, still sitting at only 20 degrees in Baker City after being into the teens. All right, so our forecast today. Light rain, starting to toy with it. I still think we could start to see some light rain picking up in the 9 o'clock hour. I do expect steady rain before the noon hour and then raining the rest of the day. Southeast winds 5 to 15. Daytime highs generally mid-40s, maybe 47. And then overnight tonight, so this rain coming in is with a warm front. So overnight, temperatures will go up, not down, and it could be 50 potentially at this time tomorrow morning. And then we will be mild all the way through your Thanksgiving holiday with high snow levels. So it'll be all rain at Cascade Pass level Wednesday, all rain at Cascade Pass level Thursday, valley high 54. Friday we start to dry out with some breaks, scattered showers. Could be dry on Saturday and higher confidence of dry weather on Sunday and Monday. Here is Chris McGinnis.
Rod, we've got a big traffic alert right now in the Albany area between Lynn and Benton County. The Ellsworth Street Bridge right now closed. ODOT is telling us it's completely closed both directions. We understand that Albany police are on the scene of what sounds to be a pretty serious crash. The big deal here, again, is about 30,000 cars and trucks a day use this bridge to get between Albany and North Albany. This, of course, is the only major Willamette River crossing between Independence and Corvallis. So right now you got to head up to Independence or south of Corvallis to get around this closure. We've heard from ODOT that they hope to have at least one lane open soon. I'll keep you posted as soon as that happens. Freeway drive locally, we've lost that camera, sorry. The I-5 drive and the I-205 drive out of Clark County is improving, so some good news there. And the other commutes are really not in too bad a shape. Right now, Highway 26 coming in from Hillsborough. You know what? When you can get in less than 20 minutes, that's a win, and that's where we stand right now. Shauna?
Thank you, Chris. Coming up next, from wearing bunny ears to dressed in a garbage bag, porch pirates are getting more bold across the country. We take a closer look at this problem and why it's only getting worse during the holiday season.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Now to your morning rush. The Defense Department says it's investigating Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, a retired U.S. Navy captain and astronaut. The investigation is related to a video in which Kelly and other Democratic lawmakers encourage members of the military and intelligence communities to defy illegal orders from the Trump administration. The Department of Defense says the investigation could lead to Kelly being recalled to active duty for a court-martial. Severe weather marched across the South yesterday, with parts of Texas taking a hard hit. A tornado was even confirmed near Houston, leaving behind toppled trees and tearing pieces from homes. There have been no reports of injuries, luckily. And there were some tense moments in court yesterday as Megan Thee Stallion took the witness stand during her ongoing civil lawsuit against an online blogger. The rapper accuses blogger Milagro Cooper of promoting a deep fake AI pornographic video of her. In court, Cooper denied the allegations and said her blog has a disclaimer that what she expresses with her audience are not facts and are just her opinions. And that's your morning rush. Well, it's a year-round problem that only gets worse during the holiday season. We're talking porch pirates, and one alleged ring was just busted on New York's Long Island, accused of using insider information to target deliveries. NBC's Emily Akeda has a story.
'Tis the season for holiday deliveries, but this year police are on the lookout for real-life Grinches or porch pirates who swipe packages from your home.
This is the third time this has happened. What has our society come to?
And now, officials in New York fighting back, announcing 14 people have been indicted for an alleged sophisticated porch pirate criminal enterprise behind almost 50 thefts over the last 2 years, saying these videos show the gang in action, from robbing a FedEx delivery driver in broad daylight to stealing packages from people's front doorsteps just moments after they were delivered and making a seamless getaway in a waiting vehicle. The DA saying the alleged culprits had targets in mind.
Specifically, phones would be delivered to a particular location at a particular time under a particular name. So they would be there waiting for it.
The group's ringleader allegedly provided a network of runners with insider FedEx information, including recipient names, addresses, device types, and tracking numbers from shipments from Verizon and AT&T. In a statement, FedEx writing that law enforcement and the shipping industry are working together to crack down on this kind of crime. It's not the first spate of bold package thefts.
It's a crime of opportunity. It's a low-risk crime.
With thieves in the past approaching houses, wearing everything from bunny ears to this porch pirate dressed as a garbage bag. According to one estimate, package thieves across the country stole more than $8 billion worth of online orders over the past year, as Americans look to protect their precious holiday gifts this season.
It's so irritating. What am I supposed to do? Never order anything again?
Ahead at 8:30, Governor Tina Kotek declares a state of emergency after a pipeline leak north of Seattle. How it could impact your travel this holiday season. Plus,
now here is a true confession for you. I didn't know who Jimmy Kimmel was at first.
how a Washington judge ended up on late night TV. We take a look at Justice Mary Yu's trailblazing career.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Good morning, I'm China Green. A judge has ruled that the federal government must immediately return the Coast Guard rescue helicopter from North Bend to Newport. This comes after the state and Lincoln County sued the Trump administration to get the helicopter back after it moved some 70 miles down the coast in October. The ruling is temporary while the court waits to hear arguments for a preliminary injunction. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at weather.
We are awaiting the rain. We have the clouds. Now we're awaiting the rain. Should be raining steadily by the noon hour. And if you look at imagery, a lot of this hasn't been reaching the ground, but it looks to me like there may be starting to get some raindrops along the coast. Here's Lincoln City reporting dry, but the cloud deck's getting lower. There's our Vancouver The Springs at the waterfront camera. Good visibility looking out over the interstate bridge this morning. We're at 42. Again, raining by the noon hour, so have your raincoat with you before you leave the house. Should be a steady rain for the afternoon commute, as a matter of fact. And then not raining all of the time, but raining much of the time through Thanksgiving Day with mild weather coming. Thursday's high, 54 degrees.
Good morning. We start this half hour of sunrise with a look at the giant martini glass illuminating Portland's West Hills. Our sunrise photographer Eric Patterson took this video of the display earlier this morning. But for years, the martini glass being lit has marked the unofficial start to the holiday season. According to the Oregonian, the display was built back in the mid to late 90s or 70s.
Yeah,
excuse me.
long time.
It's been here for a long time. When I came here to meet my husband for the first time, so this was like 6 years ago. That was
a blind date. You came here to.
No, it was like our second or third date, but I drove into Portland for the first time and I was like, what is that?
It's cool.
What is that? And now I live here and I see it all the time, and I think it's really cool.
Martinis of choice?
It is. I'm not a big, well, I don't like gin, so it'd have to be a vodka martini.
Me either.
Yeah.
And I hate olives, so.
Okay.
There's that.
Wow, we're a bunch of fuddy-duddies, aren't we? I don't like black olives, but I love me some green olives. And I think those are the ones that go in the martinis. All right, we do have radar showing and the satellite showing all the clouds moving forward. Generally, nothing is reaching ground, but if you just look at the imagery, I think you folks are getting pretty close to starting to feel some light rain falling at the beach. Here's our Salem sky camera. Been foggy at times, but not overly so, and good visibility right now. 40 is the number. Good visibility, obviously, looking across the Willamette at downtown Portland from our Rose City camera, and we are at 42 degrees with very calm winds this morning. It'll be raining before the noon hour, so again, you're getting ready to step outside for the rest of the day. Have your rain boots or raincoat with you. It'll be a steady rain this afternoon and much of the evening. Temperatures will settle in the mid-40s, and then actually overnight tonight, temperatures will go up because the rain's coming in with a surge of warmer air, what we call a warm front. Here's a look at the afternoon map. Raining at the coast and the valley in the 40s. Clouds probably stays dry during the afternoon in central Oregon. Could be some late day showers out in the blues, but eventually all this rain will come shooting through the gorge and out into much of eastern Oregon as well. 7-day forecast numbers. Once it starts today, it's rain at times tomorrow with high snow levels. There'll be rain over the passes. 52 tomorrow, 54 on Thanksgiving Day, very mild. Still pretty wet. And then sun and scattered showers on Friday as we start to dry out for your weekend. Saturday could be dry. Sunday looks like it will be dry, and that's your update. Here's Chris.
Rod, thanks for that. I've got an update on that traffic alert in Albany. We just got word from ODOT that all lanes have now reopened on the Ellsworth Street Bridge. That's US 20 eastbound. Initial reports were that we were closed completely both directions, but I'm happy to tell you now that traffic is flowing again per ODOT. You can see, though, that there's a pretty significant lineup eastbound, and that's a big deal, again, because that's the only Willamette River crossing for several miles between Independence to the north and Corvallis to the south. All right, back to the freeway drive. Locally, we are easing on the traffic congestion. Not that it was ever all that bad, but I-5 right now, still a 15-minute commute from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Elsewhere, the drive-in from Hillsborough, about 21 minutes gets you northbound from Wilsonville Road to downtown. China?
Thank you, Chris. Oregon's governor has declared a state of emergency at the beginning of one of the busiest travel weeks of the year due to a pipeline shutdown north of Seattle, which supplies 90% of Oregon's fuel. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us in the newsroom this morning. Thomas, are we feeling the effect of this shutdown locally?
Yeah, China, slightly. Here in the Portland area, gas prices have seen a slight bump, about 3 cents per gallon. Still, the big thing is it's unclear how long the shutdown could stretch on for. Earlier this month, workers north of Seattle discovered a leak in the 400-mile pipeline system that supplies most of Oregon's fuel. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek issued an emergency declaration Monday afternoon to ensure a consistent supply of fuel to the state by barge and truck. So far, AAA says there's been few issues with supply, thankfully, as crews work hard to solve the problem.
Response crews are working 24/7 to try to figure out where the leak is. They have dug up about 200 feet of pipeline to try to do this.
Marie Dodds with AAA there says a couple months ago a pipeline disruption led gas prices to spike by 32 cents a gallon. If this shutdown stretches on, Dodds says it could impact prices more significantly. And it's not just drivers that need to keep a close eye on this. Jet fuel is impacted too. Airlines and SeaTac have already warned flyers about schedule changes, though the Port of Portland says PDX is not currently impacted, so we'll hope it stays that way. China?
Thomas, thank you. And as Thomas said, right now we're not expected to see any fuel-related disruptions at PDX. Passengers we spoke with reported no significant hassles as the busiest travel days of the season get underway. More than 367,000 travelers are set to pass through PDX today through next Monday. That's a slight increase from last year's Thanksgiving holiday.
A little bit slow leaving, but smooth flight after that. And the security wasn't bad. You know, long line, but they're fast there.
And if you're driving to your destination this holiday season, you'll be joined by 1 million others in Oregon that are expected to hit the roads. And here are some tips if you are flying this holiday season. Experts say know your itinerary and possible trouble spots. Ideally, fly direct, but if that's not possible, understand your airport connections and challenges that they may present. And once travel day arrives, experts say know where your plane is and where it's coming from.
Okay, my plane before it gets to me in, sunny Miami is going to go through 4 or 5 cities that are getting hit by a snowstorm today. And I'm going to have to probably plan ahead a bit more or just be aware that there's a potential of more delays.
Experts also note you may not see delays right away on airport monitors or airline apps because airlines may be shifting crews around. To the water we go, in Washington State Ferries expecting its busiest Thanksgiving travel week since before the pandemic. More than 300,000 riders are expected to pack the docks with 70,000 passengers on Thanksgiving Day alone. This year, the system is adding up to 440 sailings a day tomorrow through Sunday. It's about 20 more than usual. And if you still have a few things you need to buy for Thanksgiving, do not wait until the day of because some grocery stores will be closed on Thursdays or have modified hours, as you know. So just a reminder, all new season stores will be closed on Thanksgiving Day. Trader Joe's, Costco, Walmart, and Target also closed. Winco will close at 3 p.m. Thursday. Safeway and Fred Meyer will also be open, but will have reduced hours, so be sure to check their websites before you head out. A new crystal ball will be dropped in Times Square this year to ring in 2026. The ball was unveiled Monday in New York City and features over 5,000 Waterford crystals, nearly twice what covered the previous iteration. It is the only 9th time the ball has been updated since the tradition began in 1907, which I thought it changed every year, but apparently not, Chris.
That's super cool, though.
Yeah.
The light effects on that. All right, some good news back into Lynn and Benton County. We've been following this crash that had the Highway 20 bridge closed for the better part of an hour. ODOT now telling us that all lanes have opened. So good news there. There obviously may be some residual delays on that section. Back to the local freeway drive. This, by the way, is Highway 35 up near Mount Hood Meadows Drive. Rod's been mentioning that there is the possibility of getting a little snow on the front end of this next system up in the Cascade Passes. He'll tell you more about that in a bit, but for right now, travel there is okay. We've had some mist and some drizzle. This is I-205 over near SR 500. If you look closely, it does look like there's maybe a little mist in the air there. The drive improving, actually not bad out of Clark County now. I-5 taking you just 12 minutes to get in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. And over on the west side, the inbound Sunset, 20 minutes now get you in from Hillsborough. China?
Thank you, Chris. The city of Portland has started towing illegally parked vehicles that people live in and finding the owners. That includes RVs, trucks, and cars. The city will charge $250 to the owners of small and medium RV boats, tiny homes, and passenger vehicles. Large RVs will cost about $350. If the vehicles aren't claimed by the owners within 30 days, they will be charged $2,000 to $3,000 or more. If someone wants to pick up the vehicle, they will have to provide proof of insurance and a valid driver's license. Yesterday, our team went to a street in Northeast Portland, lined with vehicles people live in.
I've been out here for about 25 years. I think they should just leave the people alone and let them live instead of coming over and taking their homes from them.
Personally, I'm glad. I'm tired of having the street across from me full of people who are not doing a good job of picking up their trash and are not very mindful of the people who live across the street from them.
One important note here, the last known registered owner of these vehicles will be getting invoices in the mail. Still ahead, after more than a decade on the bench, Justice Mary Yu is retiring from the Washington Supreme Court. We'll take a look at her accomplishments, including one that got the attention of late-night TV. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Blair Best, and tonight at 6:30 on The Story, I talk one-on-one with an expert from the Oregon Health Authority about the issue that shut down the government. What are those healthcare subsidies, and what will happen to Oregonians if they expire at the end of next month? Watch The Story tonight, live at 6:30 on KGW, or anytime on our TV app, KGW+. Have a great morning, and I'll see you tonight.
Hey, our team tests products every day. We only bring you the winners, and this one is super important because it's about protecting your private information. I have spent years reporting on this and teaching you how to protect yourself, and this product really helps you do that. It's called the ID Defender Premium Stamp Roller Kit, and what it does is it uses patented technology to mask your address. So you can roll through and look, I'm comfortable holding this private information up because you cannot see past it when you use it. Did you know, I just printed out this fake document, when you use a Sharpie on something to cross out your name, your address, all that, a scammer can literally hold it up to the light and actually still be able to read it, but not with this. You roll it through like that, done. You hold this up, a scammer cannot get that information, and you get a 3-pack of these, okay? You get 1,600 uses, which is pretty incredible, and I'm just gonna show you some other documents too. A personal check, Florida vehicle identification card. Again, very comfortable showing you all this because this stuff works and I want you to use it because it does protect yourself. Normally this is $47.97 for a 3-pack kit. Today, a deal, $24.97. One of our biggest deals to date, 48% off. I urge you to go get it. Just scan the QR code on your screen or go to shoptvdeals.com.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Washington Governor Bob Ferguson has appointed Spokane native Colleen Melody to the Washington State Supreme Court. Melody has led the Attorney General's Civil Rights Division since it was established in 2015. She'll replace retiring Justice Mary Yu, who was serving 12 years on the bench. Our sister station, Seattle, sat down with Justice Yu, who's earned an appearance on late night TV.
More than 100 justices have served on the Washington State Supreme Court, but there hadn't been a woman of color on the bench until 2014. Mary Yu is used to making history.
I love this court, and do I have mixed emotions about leaving something that I love so dearly? I do.
There'll be no contact in any fashion with the named victims.
Justice Mary Yu served on King County's Superior Court before then Governor Jay Inslee in 2014 appointed her to the state's Supreme Court.
To the best of my ability.
Her swearing in was historic.
Judge Yu will be the first Asian American, the first Latina, and the first openly gay member of the Supreme Court.
What a great opportunity to say now to the next generation, I did it, and you know what? You can too.
At the end of the year, Justice Yu is retiring from what is today a much more diverse state Supreme Court. After hundreds of cases, one stands out for her.
Approved by the Supreme Court of the state of Washington.
The ruling to allow those with felony convictions, like Tara Simmons, admission to the state bar. Simmons served prison time on drug charges, but is now a licensed attorney and state legislator.
I pronounce you formally and legally wed as wife and partner.
Justice Yu may be best known for officiating the first same-sex marriages in the state when it was legalized in 2012.
And first we go to Olympia, Washington to meet a state Supreme Court judge.
Hi, Jimmy.
The irony of her name, Mary Yu, being known for saying Mary You to so many, got her on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2021. The clip is still up on the show's Facebook page.
Now here is a true confession for you. I didn't know who Jimmy Kimmel was.
But Justice Yu does know that now is the time for her to step down. She wants to travel, maybe teach, find another way to make history.
I trust the next generation. I've mentored a lot of people, and I'm confident that there's going to be somebody who's going to come here and just do a great job.
All right, your time now is 8:46. We are headed upstairs outside Rod Hill. How's it feel out there?
So, that's a little cool. There's a little breeze, but you know, it's late November. So actually it feels great for late November. The ground's still wet because it didn't get a lot of drying over the past 24 hours in terms of sunshine, but nothing falling out of the sky. I'm on the weather deck brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking. Big story today is rain is coming. Here it is on the satellite picture, and you can clearly see the moisture streaming in, but so far, outside of some patchy misty spots, we have stayed dry. Here's a closer look. We'll zoom in a little bit. And I do believe if we're not seeing it right now, we will very soon start to see some light raindrops along the beaches here in Oregon. It has been raining for a couple of hours at this point, or maybe more than that actually, up across parts of the Washington coast. Rain potential map. Stay with us just for a second, Brian Matthews, our director. Now these numbers are lower than they have been, but they're still showing rain potential for today through Thanksgiving to be up to about an inch in the valley and maybe upwards of an inch and a half at the coast. This is a warm front bringing this in, so most of these numbers up in the Cascades will be rain. Okay, let's go to the next map. And with that said, I am showing you the Timberline Lodge sky camera. Temperature up there right now is 28 degrees. The moisture coming in this afternoon should be all snow at Timberline. Down at pass level, 4,000 feet at Government Camp, there could be a period of snow before it transitions into a wet mix and then becomes all rain going into tonight at pass level. 39 right now down in Salem, cloudy skies, all dry. Another sky camera for you. This one's the Wells Fargo camera looking down the Willamette River to the south. Temperature out at PDX is, maybe I didn't set this one. Brian hit the button. There it is, 42 degrees. There's the temperature out at PDX with calm winds. All right. So these temperatures won't do a whole lot today because raindrops are going to be coming before the noon hour. 41 up in Kelso. I-5 will spend the day in the mid-40s. 20 out in Baker City, where it should be a dry day. You folks have a moisture chance coming that far east tonight. Valley numbers in the 40s today with a steady rain afternoon and evening expected. Similar numbers in southwest Washington. Winds today southeast 5 to 15. And overnight tonight, temperatures will go up, not down. Could be 50 in the morning. Again, the rain coming in with the warm front. Here's your 7-day. So once we get the rain starting and then the warm front comes in tonight, we will be very mild with nothing but rain over Cascade Passes Wednesday, Portland's high 52. Thanksgiving Day, Portland's high 54. Friday's the day that we start to dry it out with scattered showers and sun breaks. We could be dry on Saturday. It looks like we will be dry on Sunday. It is birthday time. We start off with Elias, who is 4 today. Happy birthday. All excited, I bet, for a fun day. Caleb is 8 here in Portland. Happy birthday to you today as well. Alexandra is 34. Happy birthday. One more. Here comes Richard, 36 today. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a fun day today. That's our list. Birthdays at KGW.com, and we will celebrate with you. Here's Chris.
Rod, thank you for that. Our morning commute really starting to, well, it never really wound up, but it is what we have out there is winding down. Let's go ahead and check out a couple of slow spots that remain. I-5 into the Rose Quarter, southbound. This is near Broadway. You can see traffic moving along at about 22 miles an hour. So there's the southbound commute. There's the Broadway exit. That doesn't look so bad. Over on the west side, the inbound Sunset. This is at Skyline Boulevard. Looks like traffic is moving okay there. And a quick look at your drive times. Really watching these drive times come down. 18 minutes gets you in from Hillsborough. 18 minutes gets you in from Troutdale. Early, not so early now on this Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
In a wrap of our top stories this morning, a judge has ruled that the federal government must immediately return the Coast Guard rescue helicopter from North Bend and Newport. This comes after the state and Lincoln County sued the Trump administration to get the helicopter back after it moved some 70 miles down the coast in October. The ruling is temporary while the court waits to hear arguments for a preliminary injunction. Governor Tina Kotek has declared a state of emergency because the pipeline that supplies more than 90% of the state's total fuel is shut down. Unlike SeaTac, PDX can bring fuel in on barges, so no flights have been impacted here just yet. Drivers may see a slight uptick in cost, with prices climbing just a few cents a gallon. And if you still have a few things to buy for Thanksgiving, don't wait until the last day because, as you know, grocery stores will be closed on Thursday, a good chunk of them at least, or they'll have modified hours. All new season stores will be closed on Thanksgiving Day. Trader Joe's, Costco, Walmart, Target also closed. Winco will close at 3 p.m. Thursday. Zupans will be open from 7 a.m. to 2.
All right, weather forecast. We are awaiting the raindrops. Cloudy, but mainly dry right now. Rain should be falling by noon, and then it's a steady rain the rest of the day, and pretty wet, becoming mild weather through Thanksgiving Day. Thursday's high right now, 54 degrees.
All right, Rod, let's get you out the door. Look at the roads. Not in too bad a shape. We got one or two slow spots remaining out there, but you know what? We could do a lot worse than this on a Tuesday morning for sure. In fact, we have. 16 minutes gets you in from Hillsborough, 18 minutes from Troutdale. It's an easy ride in from Wilsonville right now. No major traffic trouble out there this morning.
All right, before we let you go, we want you to meet Neelan. She's a 12-year-old Asian elephant at DC's National Zoo, and she's pregnant. Now, this is significant because it is the first time in 25 years that an elephant has been pregnant at that zoo. And those at the zoo say that they're very confident that this baby will be born healthy sometime this winter. Now, this would mark a huge accomplishment for the conservation efforts, as Asian elephants are still considered endangered. And speaking of baby elephants, time to check in with Tula 2. The zoo posted this video a couple of days ago. Look at her growing.
Getting big.
We're watching her grow up right
It's like a bowling ball, right?
Yeah.
She's just tossing that thing around like a tennis ball.
Yeah, that's no yoga ball.
Look at her balance. They say that Tula 2 likes to play with lots of toys like Racine, especially these giant balls that are extra strong for baby elephants like her. I wonder if we can move it.
I bet you we could.
I bet you we could.
Take all three of us probably.
Tula 2 was born at the Oregon Zoo on February 1st, and she's almost a year old.
Cute.
She is cute. I was one of the few people who thought she wasn't cute, and then I've grown to love her. Tula 2 is cute. She is very cute. So there's
Agreed.
that.
Shameful admission.
Oh, come on now.
So it was, I don't know.
That's one or two pieces of hair on it, a little snout.
I mean, a little elephant.
It's a little weirdish looking.
Once it gets bigger, yeah. A reminder, you can watch Sunrise every day live here, exclusively on KGW Plus at 7 o'clock. We hope you have a fantastic Tuesday.